They are using their VA courses to subscribe and take their pure tech courses classes. So this is one of the benefits, high potential. One thing I tell my students is, even when you get a job that pays you $2, a full hour full-time role that pays you $2, by the end of the month you're earning, let me say you're working 40 hours monthly. By the end of the month, you're earning 400,000, and I am checking this on the basis of 1,000. That's $1 to naira. But now I think it's about 1.5. So imagine getting a role. Let's just say you get a role which is very poor, but let's say you get a $2 role hourly, and now you're working 40 hours monthly. You're earning at least, by the time you convert, you're earning at least 500,000. My first role, I was earning $300. I mean, sorry, I was earning $3 hourly, a 40 hours monthly. I mean weekly, 40 hours. Monthly, I was earning about about 700, 800. By the time I add my bonus, my KPI bonus, I was earning 800 plus. So even when you get the least role as a virtual assistant that pay you in foreign currency, that pay you in dollar, that pay you in pounds, when you work with a UK company that pay you in pounds, and pounds is even higher than dollars, so you get like the least payment, you're earning greatly. Imagine moving from earning 2,000 to earning 300,000 monthly, 400,000 monthly. You're just starting. So I wouldn't say earning 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, because you need like, you first of all go through clients that will really underpay you. But that's also be an other opportunity for you to have a reward experience of working with clients. So this is one benefit of working as a virtual assistant. And then another benefit is the low startup costs. Like I said earlier, all you need is your data. All you need is your data. In fact, when you even get your first role, you can even be doing subscription of 500 naira. Now we all know data subscription is very expensive, but let's say you get a role and then you're doing 500 naira monthly daily. When I started, I was doing 500 naira daily. Let's say you're doing 500 naira daily. By the end of the month, and let's say by the end of the month you spent 10,000, 20,000. By the time you're being paid, you're earning, let me say, 300,000. You see, you're making gain. This is like very low. If you're even making use of your phone, you do subscription of 2,000 for 3 days if you're working with your phone. But to start as a virtual assistant is very easy. First of all, you need the training, which you the step you've taken, you're already starting up your training. The second you need is a working tool. Data. You already have your data, because definitely if you don't have your data, you cannot join this class. Your phone or your system. If you're very lucky, you're starting with your system, beautiful. Well, I'd really like if you have your system so that you're able to. I'll be giving out your assignment by the time we start making use of um when we start analyzing these softwares you'll be making use of as a VA. I'll be giving you assignments for emails, email management, and all of it. Now, by the time you start doing all of these things, you start working with a client. Starting is very easy. You don't need so much. Now, okay, like I said, in my next class, we'll be talking about the various tools you'll be using to excel as a virtual assistant. Microsoft suites like Word, Excel, Google tool like Doc, Sheets, and for documents, document preparation, Excel, that's for spreadsheets, documents arrange. I've really forgotten how to explain this. Documents for presentation and all of it. The sheets, we'll be talking about all of those tools. Your Slack, we're talking about your Google Meet, we'll be talking about your Shopify, we'll be talking about your Zoho CRM, we'll be talking about your HubSpot CRM, we'll be talking about a lot of tools. Now, in VA, they have various niches in VA. As a VA, you can decide to niche down. You can decide to niche down. Maybe you can decide to just be a social media manager, meaning you're just going to be working on, what's it called, you're just going to be working with clients and be managing their social media account. Now, as a social media manager, you have a lot of responsibility. It doesn't stop with being a social media manager. You grow their account, you bring in followers, you grow their account to the extent where there is trust, where they are trusted. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. I
Yes,
can.
we can.
Yes,
Okay,
please.
Yes,
awesome.
yes, we
You
can.
okay, awesome. You grow their account to where they can you manage their account generally. You can work in niches like administrative and executive support. And you can work as an administrative assistant as a VA. These are the different niches. You can work as an assistant. You can work as a social media manager. You can work as an email manager. That's managing email. But just that most roles does not you don't just get role where your job is just to manage emails. They are very rare. And most times when you get roles where your job is just to manage email, most times they are just part-time role, maybe 1 hour daily or 2 hours daily. So if you're somebody that is looking for a full-time role, it's not something that you want to really do because it will not give you the kind of money you're expecting. Customer service and customer support, you can work. This is also another niche as a VA. Bookkeeping and accounting is also another niche in VA. Transcription services. Now, this transcription service, it is also a VA role. But one thing about this role is that it is mostly for people that how do I explain this? That know more than one language. Let's say maybe I can speak English and Spanish, or I can speak English and French. Now, as a transcription VA, my role is to work with companies. One of the companies I will work with, or the companies that would need my services, are maybe companies that are situated in a French speaking country. Maybe they are in France. They are their primary language is French. Now, you as a sub transcription VA, now your job is to know how to speak French and know how to speak English. The company now, they work with people in the US who speaks English. As a transcription VA, whenever they are having meetings, they want to speak. Your job is basically to speak with their clients, have meetings with their clients. When you converse with your clients in French, you interpret just like an interpreting role. You interpret for your clients in English. This is primarily the work of a transcription VA. So most Nigerians do not really do this roles unless they know how to speak two languages. There was a time I was really learning how to speak French, so I can also do this role. But I really became very busy, so I didn't continue. So if it's something you think you can do, or maybe you know how to speak these foreign languages, and also not only foreign languages, they also transcription VA that speaks Yoruba and English, Igbo and English, Hausa and English. You can even find this kind of people in the bank. They speak maybe other local languages and English. Now their work is to transcribe, but most times if you know how to speak like our language, our local languages, you don't really get a lot of opportunities because there is no Nigerian company that does not know how to speak English. Or let's say, oh, a foreign company, they might not your services might not really be in demand. Like if you know how to speak Spanish, if you know how to speak French, if you know how to speak Portuguese, these are the services that transcription VA do. Now, online research, this is also another niche. If you're a good researcher, then fine, you can just niche down into be an online researcher. But the opportunities are not so much, but there is opportunity. Also, e-commerce support, you work that's also a VA role. You handle this online stores like Amazon, Shopify, eBay, Jumia, Konga, Gigi. These are our local stores. Jumia, Konga, Gigi are our local stores, but they are also e-commerce stores. Lead generation, I will teach you that. how to generate lead. This is like lead generation is like an in-demand skill. If you want to like get a job after this class, you want to like get a very sharp job as fast as possible, just when I am teaching you lead generation, I don't know how you want to pay attention, but pay attention as much as you can, because for every 10 roles, VA roles that come out, 20 are lead generation, and you need to know how to generate great leads. I'm going to be showing you the leads I generate. I currently generate 2 leads for 2 different companies. So I know I will teach you how to generate great leads, how to generate leads with Apollo, how to generate leads with LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Most of your leads, great leads, comes out from LinkedIn sales, from LinkedIn. I will teach you how to take advantage of LinkedIn and generate leads that when you are employed into a company, you work full time with them generating leads. My other company, I generate influencer leads. I generate leads for influencers. I do pure influencing leads. I generate leads for them for influencing. The other company that I work with, I generate leads for them for e-commerce companies, individuals in this company. So I will be teaching you how to generate leads that when you see lead generation roles, you're not scared to apply to this role, because you know you already have all the skills you need to excel in this role. And then how to identify a very profitable niche. Research popular industries and trend. Popular industries that pay well. Lead generation, they don't really pay well, but they are a very popular niche. They are very like, in every industry uses needs a lead generation specialist. So this is like a great niche that is very popular and is very profitable, because like me, you can work in more than 2 companies full time. I work with this company full time. When I want to generate lead, I generate lead at once, and during my working hour I just distribute. Okay, I've generated leads for today, I've generated leads for today. So this is like a very profitable niche. You can work with various companies generating leads for them. Then you identify the gap in the market. One gap in the market is e-commerce support. A lot of VA do not really niche down into being an e-commerce VA. I am not even an e-commerce VA. So this is another niche that is very profitable because there is a gap there. As an e-commerce VA, you really do like customer support and a lot of it. So this is one niche that a lot of people do not niche down into. So where I said identify the gap in the market, consider your skill and experience. This is like the most important. What you're very good at will help you to determine where you're going to niche down into. I am very good with communication. I have like a very good communication skills and negotiation skill. So in my company, I am the one that handles most of our major communication. Our major communication is being handled by me. And this is because I noticed that I this is like my key strength, and I brought my A game into communication in the company. So whenever we want to talk to vendors, we want to talk to clients, I am being given the like role. Chidima, reach out to this company. Chidima, reach out to this person. So now you are going to we'll be having like a talk section where you tell me the skills you are very one skill you think you're very good at. We have various skills: communication skills, negotiation skills, attention to details, um, proactiveness. I'm a very proactive person. So these are like where I know I excel very well. This is where I bring my A game into in my companies and companies I work with. So whenever I am lapping here, those other skills I have are covering for me. So you're going to identify where you are good at. So that when you start getting roles, when you start working with companies, you're able to bring in your A game. So wherever you're bad in these places, you're using your other skills to really cover for them. Now you're also going to analyze competition. Like, see, one thing I will not lie for you. You see VA, the competition is mad. It's choking. You are competing with at least 1 million Nigerians. You're competing with 10 million South Africans. You're competing with 500 million Kenyans, even US. They are also virtual assistants in the US, but they are not in our market. They like have their own clients. So you're going to analyze the competition and check where do you think you will excel in. My friend currently does, she's an influencer VA. And this influencer VA is one niche that, see, a lot of people do not know that a niche like that exists. Influencer VA. Who are the people she works with? She works majorly with influencers, Instagram influencers, TikTok influencers, Snapchat influencers, even WhatsApp. Even WhatsApp, you know, they have WhatsApp influencers, people that have over millions followers, business WhatsApp. She work with them. She reaches out to brand for them. This is different from being a social media manager. This is like another, this is one niche that a lot of people do not know. As an influencer VA, you do not run out of job as long as you bring in your A game. You know how to sell yourself. There are a lot of niche. You When you analyze the competition, you decide, okay, where do I want, where will I shine, where am I going to get the best role? Like for me, I don't even have a niche. I've not niched down into anything. We are going to get to that, but let me move forward. Now you're also going to like validate your niche. This niche, if I am an influencer VA, what is going to make me indispensable? What is going to make me stand out that clients do not just get to drop me when they will? We're going to talk about that. What you think is going to make you stand out? We'll talk about that. And then let's talk about next we'll talk about matching your skills with the right niche. First of all, you assess your strength and your weakness. Let's say you have a very good communication skills. You're a very empathetic person. You have a lot of patience. Like your patience is choking. Then you're already going to excel as a customer service representative and as a customer support. This is what it means to match your skills to the right niche where you're going to excel greatly. Now, consider your experiences. What experience do I have? Do I have an experience as a VA? When I even started working remotely, I didn't have any experience. The only company I worked in Nigeria was in Spa as what is this people called? Those people you pay money to cashier. So when I even started working as a VA, I didn't have any experience outside being a cashier. But you need to be very smart. You need to be like a very smart person to crush these things. We'll talk about that. Then you research niches that aligns with your skill. What niche aligns to my, if you're very good with mathematics, you're very good with calculation, you're very good with Excel, then you know that fine, I'm going to excel as a VA, an accounting VA, as a bookkeeper VA. If you love social media very much, like you breathe social media, you know that you are very strategic. You know how to put strategy, you know how to excel, then you know you're going to work as a social media manager. You can even take it enough and hire and work as a brand strategist. You work with companies that they are social media brand strategists. This is like a very good niche that you're going to earn greatly from. It's also under social media management, but it's like higher than social media manager. If they are paying a social media manager 2,000, they're going to pay you as a brand strategist 3,000. So this is how do you become a brand strategist? You have to, okay, I love social media. I am a very strategic person. I know how to think clearly. Then you niche down into being a brand strategist. But before you become a brand strategist, you have to work as a social media manager first. And then you network with other VAs. A lot of you now, when you're done with this class, you're going to go and sit down and say, I wasted my money. A lot of people say it. I wasted my money into learning this VA. If to say I know I for just go work for where I've been they work before. See, I also said it. When I did my first class, I paid 18,000. I got tired of looking for a job and I just went to relax. In fact, I was discouraging other people from being a VA. When I came back for the next training, I decided that I am not going to be among the people that will say I wasted my money. And till this moment, I can tell you that whatsoever I am getting in a month, if I was working for a Nigerian company, I will get it in a year.